Guess who's back and with a message? Okay. If you ask the universe for signs, believe what shows up. Oh, maybe you can see it right there. Anyways, so, oh, right there, that's a sign. So how many of us are guilty of asking for a sign and then getting the sign, and it's clear as day, mind you, and you're just like, can you send me another one just to be sure? Even with all the deconstructing, unconditioning, healing that I've done, I still do it to this day. Like, I am just like wrestling with myself when it's something that I don't want to hear or I don't like. So I'm with you. I get it. However, this is a sign that you got that sign, and it's time to look at it with a more clear lens. And this kind of leads me to my next topic. So I'm constantly preaching on anybody can do what I do. I've just discovered I was a medium, or here, let me rephrase it. I accepted I was a medium about 2 years ago. I've known a little bit longer, but I constantly fought it, and I thought it was a curse. But once I started accepting it, I started realizing, hey, anybody can do this. And the more readings I did and the more I was able to tap into people, the more deeper I was able to tap into myself, the more deeper I was able to tap into people. So, you know, from experiences from the readings that I do or have done, I just strongly have formed my belief in which anybody can absolutely tap into this. So let me share a little bit of what you can do. So a big part of it is the signs and synchronicities you experience and understanding its interconnectedness with everything, with, you know, your neighbors, your friends, the stranger on the street, with everything, with the animals. This interconnectedness goes so deep. You know, the unforeseen forces, the energies that we swap back and forth or that radiate off of us, they very much have this flow to them and this unique pattern in which what brings us together or which pulls us apart. So those are things I've learned when looking in on people and doing readings and seeing the multiple paths that are presented, showing free will, the unpredictability, the set destinations. It's a very eye-opening experience once you've tapped in. So signs and synchronicities are what help us guide us into the paths that we ourselves are open to or that we're yearning for. And alongside those signs and, you know, and synchronicities, like, comes, you know, the unfolding of what's meant for you, right? So I'll give you an example of the belief systems and how they can pull you with the most recent experience I had. I really feel like it's interesting to share and that it might help, maybe, because I'm a person, I only learn by example. Like, show me an example and then, oh, I get it, right? So I've been dabbling in, or been wanting to, I hadn't up until, like, you know, a week ago or so, spells. I've been kind of in a negative mindset and loop that I'm blocked, there's restrictions, all this stuff. You know, so I've been trying to unravel that, and I was like, you know what, I want to do an open road spell just to see what happens, right? Like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, whatever, right? And I did some divination before, did my own cards, but because I'm all in my head, I can't see it with that lens. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I find this open road spell actually popped up on my feed, and I was like, hey, I was just thinking about it. So synchronicity number one, right? Cool, let's do this. So I have every single ingredient. I even have the candles, which was like, wow. I get these 3 candles, I get the rosemary, I get the basil, and I'm preparing, and I literally stop and I'm just like, hey, it doesn't say I can't play music. I'll play some music. So I get I was using my phone, so I used my computer, put on YouTube, and just played the first song. And after the song was over, and I was literally in the middle of lighting the candle, Agatha All Along commercial popped up. And I was like, hey, you're interrupting my flow, just kind of joking. And I'm lighting the candles, and all that I heard was like these two women bickering, like, oh, you're bound. Oh, you need a chemical pill. And I got irritated, and I was like, I don't listen to you. So I hit skip. And so, but it didn't leave me. I was like, Agatha All Along. Like, it kept playing. That scene kept playing while I'm doing this. I'm trying to do this and get that energy, that memory, like, stop. But very clearly, I'm just like, I should watch that. I'm like, I don't want to watch that. I'm in the middle of watching something else. As I'm like watching the flames flicker, it's like clear as day. Watch Agatha All Along. What? I was like, that's ridiculous. Like, okay, whatever. I'll entertain this. Okay. So I end up playing the next song, and I picked this specific song right after that whole little realization. I'm watching it. I'm writing down what I feel, opening road, all this kind of stuff. And the song is Heads Will Roll that I chose after that. And so I let it finish, and then I'm just like, okay, well, I guess I'll just watch the show, like, whatever. I think this is dumb, but okay. I watched the show, not knowing what this is going to be about, other than, like, I don't know, witches, which was funny because I was doing a spell for the first time. And guess what it's about? The Witch's Road. Opening the Witch's Road. That is a sign. That is called synchronicity. Like, that's the definition of it. And I'm just like, okay, you got my attention. And then it starts really focusing on the boy. And there was one episode where the end of that song, or the end of that episode, guess what song plays? Heads Will Roll. The one, and that one more so pertained to the boy and his journey and who he was. I don't want to give any spoiler alerts, but if you watch it and the whole powerful, the meaning, that's beyond Agatha, but that boy, him being the magician, and okay, that will give it away. Never mind. Anyways, it had a lot of signs and synchronicities and symbolism of how it pertained. So I get a reading 2-3 days later. I put in for a reading, but it didn't come till a little bit later. And guess what? The same symbolism that was in that movie was what she was talking about in my reading. I actually had no blocks, just delays. And it was me. I'm the magician. Just like that boy was the magician. Source, energy, spirit, whatever you want to call this. You don't have to call it God. You don't have to call it source. You can call it energy. That'll be another video by itself. And how I see that. I see it differently. I don't see it like a lot of mediums do. I see it completely differently. Some people have the same, though. That's pretty interesting. I like it when I meet like-minded people. But that's an example. That's like the example of signs and synchronicities. So I hope this helps. Let me know if you're, interested in knowing more about my experiences and the signs and synchronicities. I keep saying that. All right. I love you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and